Ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And, everything is ruined and nothing is fine. It's been just an awful week. I honestly, not, exaggerating for hyperbolic effect, which I'm known to do. I genuinely feel as though I've been awake for, 11 days. I don't know the last time I got a reasonable night's sleep. I've spent most of this week in, high, primed stress mode, to the point that pretty sure I feel, if not every neuron in my body, at least the entirety of my bones, and none of that is supposed to work that way. So, it's a bad time. So, someone, I think Sarah asked on the Discord earlier, what are we playing tonight? And it's that's a really good question. If we're doing anything, it's Dorf. My plan here is, I didn't want to not stream. I really don't know about streaming a full, 3 hours, which is, the sort of standard. I imagine we're going to play some Dorf until I lose consciousness, lose patience with the game, or reach some natural stopping point not extremely far into the stream. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be a fun stream to watch. I just didn't want to cancel the stream. If you want to talk about anything, good, bad, or indifferent, let me know. Because I feel like I'm probably just gonna stare at the screen until I just pass out. Which at least at some point violated Twitch terms of service. I get the impression that's not true anymore, but I don't know. And I don't care. I don't actually intend to do that, but it sure feels like a reasonably likely outcome. For some reason, this window isn't trying to resize itself into oblivion today. That's good. I'm trying to focus on the positives. It doesn't come naturally to me. It's something I've spent a lot of work on. Did have a really fun game of Magic this week. I'll tell you about it. You probably don't care. I'm happy to hear people are interested in being here, despite the fact that I am just the personification of the sad clown. I mean, resume does nothing other than, let me look at the last time we dwarfed. It looked like this. Had, a weird fun river thing going here, because we got a quest kind of late in the game. Wow, this river's very good. Look how windy and miserable it is. I like that. This railroad's nice, too. I think we did a pretty good job here. I feel like I was frustrated at the time, and feel good about it. I feel like this came out nice. I don't know how many saves I get, but I feel bad not saving it. I don't think I'm, particularly gonna try to do super well at this. I think I'm just gonna focus on quests, because they don't take a ton of thought to consider. What we got here? Perfectionist. Don't feel like I'm gonna make too much progress there. Self-sufficiency. Make field. We could focus on make fields. Overachiever. I mean, that's not gonna do much of anything. As far as things to discuss, did I see this week's Mandalorian? I did. I did see this week's Mandalorian. To be honest, I thought it was okay. It wasn't bad. It kind of just wasn't anything. I felt like based on the recap. Seriously, get 2 of this exact tile in a row? I mean, I guess we could. I feel like just based on the recap at the start of Season 3 of Mandalorian, it's yeah, we kind of wrote ourselves into a weird corner having to flash back to stuff that happened in Boba Fett, huh? It's fine, you could do that if you want to, but it feels weird, doesn't it? But yeah, it was okay. I wasn't mad about it, I didn't hate it, but the story structure was extremely weird. The exciting parts were in all the wrong parts of the episode. There's a space pirate made of moss or something. That's cool. No. It still feels like Mandalorian. I feel like Mandalorian's always been more about the feeling and the characters than it has been about the story. So I feel like it still functions fine. But I've seen better Mandalorian episodes, I guess. Put that there. I don't have a quest that's applicable. I could do that, though. Yeah, sure. Houses. Rock. Accidental perfect tile. Perfect. Accidentally. Let me connect this to, like, here. I just don't like the way it plays over there. I'll connect it to the trees. And then the houses will connect later. Sure. Kind of did something weird. That field's gonna be a bit of an issue. Don't worry about the field. Sure. River. These two houses will touch. They're such good friends. Oh, it's getting sort of autumnal in this direction. Like, very abruptly. Yeah, one of the highlights of my week is lately I've gotten taken cotillion into using Spell Table. It's this app you use online to connect to people with webcams to remotely play Magic the Gathering. It's great, big fan. And sure. Kind of wanted to close off this little town, so why not connect like 4 railway junctures here for some reason. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It has like features like it has this like really theoretically advanced feature where if you like click on a card on someone else's screen, it's supposed to like bring up like a clean image of the card so you can read it. It doesn't ever work for me, and it seems to rarely work for other people. But like, it's cool that they tried, and it, you know, doesn't never work, I guess. But like, it's been great for me because I don't leave the house because, you know, the whole virus situation that people want to pretend isn't real. So it's been great for me to actually be able to play Magic again because it's really important to me as a thing I care about. And this week I got to do something that was extremely fun for me, and you know, my 2 friends endured it and were not mad at me, so that's probably about as good as I could hope for that situation to go. So like one of my favorite things to do is to make copies of things. God, I hate this tile. This tile sucks. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We'll have like this weird linear forest and then the river will wrap around. Sure, why not? So I like to make copies of things in Magic the Gathering, like clones and things. And I have a deck that's like really mostly about doing that. And, you know, in order for that to like meaningfully do anything, the deck also has like a bunch of just like effects that are cool to copy them. And so like I played this Sphinx, this creature whose ability is to like, hang on, nope, none of those particularly work nicely. I'm just gonna do that. Played the Sphinx's ability is like you get an extra beginning of your turn at the end of your turn, which sounds really confusing and stupid. But, like, basically it means that you can, like, double your resources and draw an extra card, which is cool. And so I was, like, excited to just have that creature out, because I rarely get to play it. It's, like, really... It's something that people will basically always destroy, and they should, because it's kind of scary. But I got lucky enough that they were not able to get rid of it right away, and then I played a clone to copy it. But it was a special clone that has the ability to... once during the beginning of your turn, make a copy of itself. And so I ended up having a thing that made more beginnings of my turn, and a copy of that made more copies of the beginning of my turn. And so there reached a point where I had a turn that had 6 beginnings. I managed to do like a whole bunch of things. and the math got very complicated, but it was a lot of fun for me, and they seemed more impressed than annoyed, and I'm like, that's good, because, like, this is pretty horrible to do to someone. I don't know, man. Houses, I guess? Should probably, like, care about the camera positioning. Ooh, the spooky zone. Spooky houses. I mean, this gotta go somewhere over here. There's enough fields to close off for the close off fields challenge. That fits really nicely there. But yeah, not to say that that wouldn't be a fun thing, but like that was like definitely like a highlight of the whole week. Which, like, again, isn't to say that that's a bad thing, but, like, that, you know, not a lot going right. I like the spooky zone. There's really no place I want to connect this real... Oh, wait, I can connect it to this stupid thing. Sure. Yeah, sure. It'll maybe wind around to this one, and that'll be the end of that. Hey, why don't you just, like, fade off into obscurity and try and find me, like, a ghost tile or something? Beaver Dam. Sure. Yeah, sure. Probably want something like this, to be honest. It's way more perfect house than I was expecting to get, not, like, actually caring what's going on. Yeah, let's close this field soon. Your mission, row of houses, is to find me a ghost. Anyone else get up to anything, particularly interesting? Close. Didn't actually check to see if that was, like, enough. It's the... At least 10 fields. It's gotta be 10, right? Yeah, it's 10. That's 10 enough for me. Who cares? Lead of the week was new toothbrush. Yeah, man. It really do be like that right now, huh? Oh, you want exactly too wet? Boom. Tell you what, I'm gonna put this here. I can attach awkward water to it later if I have to. But, like, I kind of like the weird thing happening here. I guess I could wrap this around and then wrap this around to that one or something. I ordered the Miyazaki Blu-ray set. Nice demolition. Nice to have that to look forward to. Keep going. Ooh. Beer pond. I'm really tempted to... No, I'm gonna do this. Deer and beaver are friends. Sure, that's fine. Man, this tile's got a little bit of everything. I got no place for it. Pretty good. Hey, Cotillion, welcome to the stream. Just telling everybody about the many Sphinx of the Second Sun. Or I guess the Sphinx of the Second and Third and Fourth and Fifth and Sixth and Seventh Sun. Also showing off Mr. Fox. Does Tunic Fox have a canonical name? Is he Tunic the Fox? I don't know. He's very good, though. He's also extremely soft. He's a good friend. Thank you for sending him. I don't want that. Never configured the right way, ever. Not once in the history of Dorfromantik. As one had a tile with like 3 random elements that actually fit into a spot where you needed to put something. Oh, I put this here because of the weird wet spot on. I'm like, why would I put a forest thing here? And the answer is no one knows. Sure, I don't know. I don't care. I want this tile gone. Okay. I want this. Do it like this. Hope to get something that fits that space better. I suppose I might as well. I'm not currently trying to build to like a specific goal or whatever. Hey, funny godmother, my sister, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, I'll save you some time on my end. I'm doing bad. I'm having a bad time. Like these houses. And then I got what to do with these trees. Sure. Yeah, that seems fine. And how are you doing? I mean, I know we both have structural integrity issues with our current dwellings. I hope that hasn't gotten worse for you. Also, thank you, Castleard, for the resub. 11 months. Much appreciated. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Sure. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't have a specific spot that I'm putting fields right now. So, like, why don't I connect it to the end of this forest? Oh, no, that was actually extremely bad, because I want this forest to, like, connect to something. I'll sort that out later. That's fine. Oh, jeez. I had to lay someone off. Discipline, but a major misogyny incident directed at you publicly at work? God. I'm really sorry that happened. That sounds extremely terrible. Any issues in the building you had to call in? Dumped a big legal request on the HOA. Now, are the two big issues like a continuation? Because I know that you were dealing with like a safety security issue. And all these things unrelated? That's a lot to be going wrong. I don't know where people find all these spoons. I know people always tell you that you're, like, so strong, but, like, I also get that, like, strength comes from dealing with an endless amount of BS, and I'm sorry that that is, like, ongoing. Just like all the beavers on this little stretch of river. The pain stress response. Yeah, I mean, that stands to reason. That seems like something that would cause a stress response for sure. I mean, even just in the abstract. I don't actually know how bad that was, but, it, you know, it sounds really bad. Really goofed this. This shouldn't be here. That's kind of nice. What am I doing, though? You know what? Figure this out later. Am I figuring it out now? Nah, I'm figuring it out later. The answer may be nothing ever. Aha! Figured this one out. I needed a very specific thing. Hey, Sniper Justin! Welcome! Good to see you. How you doing? Very clear to leadership we're not tolerating that. And if they don't get that guideline, HR is next. Yeah, for sure. Is that, like, did that... I mean, I don't want to make you relive it. If that person was like already causing problems, it's disappointing that like people weren't taking that seriously enough that a major incident was allowed to happen. Glad that like witnesses were trying to hold him accountable at least. I mean that's a relatively good sign about the company as a whole. Hmm. Where do I want this? Somewhere? Nowhere? Probably not there, actually. Blob. Can almost work with that. Hmm. Don't know what I'm doing. Someday I'll figure it out. Demolition, geez. Thank you for gifting 10 subs. So many subs. You don't have to do that. Thank you, though. I have one of these. Always worried you would lose your job standing your ground. I mean, I feel like that's an underappreciated thing, you know? Like my company, and I think most companies these days have you go through these, like, harassment training seminar type things, and, like, they're always like, yeah, just, like, stand up and say something. But it's like, it's not that easy, man. Especially if you are, like, in some sort of class that might be discriminated against. Like, it's tough. Like, you just don't know how people are gonna handle it. You don't know if you can necessarily trust the people who you'd have to speak to about it. And, like, even though, you know, you're not supposed to get in trouble in, like, retaliation for doing that, like, you don't know that that's gonna happen either. Yeah. Sure. I don't know what goes in the middle of that, but sure. What am I doing with these fields? I'll just face this at the other fields and solve that later. Or never. Maybe never. Ghost tile? Very good. This stuff is related to the raid, but tangential to recent issues. That's too many issues, man. Well, my point isn't that it's illegal. It's, I mean, I don't know. My company does it. I feel like it's common that a company will say that, like, you can't retaliate. That, like, you know, as a company, we say that you can't do it, but, like, okay, sure. If I believed that, we probably wouldn't have an issue in the first place, yeah? I mean, I kind of just don't want this horrible tile, to be honest with you. It doesn't go any place I want to put it. Yeah, more like that, Castlearg. Like, don't retaliate, but, like, if you do, don't get caught. Like, it's like, you know... I understand it's, like, the company protecting itself, but, like, my point is, like, they say that, like, it won't happen, but, like, Yeah, okay, here, I don't know. Just want the tile to be gone. It's gone now. Alright, houses, we're reaching for the stars. And by the stars, I mean that thing over there. Get ready. Yes. Yes. For some reason, I'm on this just, like, tremendous, like, 90s, early 2000s dance music kick. It's like I just keep being reminded of songs I haven't listened to since the last time I, like, turned on my college iPod. And I'm like, yes, I want to listen to White Lies by Paul Van Dyck for, like, 30 consecutive playthroughs. Anyway, March isn't better than February. I mean, so far, March has been the worst. Like, I mean, we just had, like, another, like, atomic blast of, like, new product starts at my company. And those have historically never gone well, ever, once, ever. We need to stop doing that. And we also need for, like, management of my department to stop being like, I don't know how, but this is somehow your fault. Like, do better. Like, they don't literally say that, but like, like an email did go out being like, nobody did anything wrong, but like, I don't want to deal with this again. It's like, great, then let's stop signing contracts that end up this way. They're bad for everyone. Keep getting like this really specific type of river that's like not helping me at all. Sark says, a lawyer told me retaliation is even more grounds for legal action than the actual discrimination. I believe that. I believe that to be true. But you have to consider that, like, that still presumes that you have to, like, go through, like, a whole lawsuit and, like, all the time and expense and all the, you know, all the, just, like, there's nothing good about doing that. Like, I know someone's, like, dealing with, for 3 years has been trying to deal with, like, an insurance case with her lawyers. And, like, it just sounds horrible, man. That's Xbox Game Pass vibes. I get the references to the stress for sure if you're doing stuff like that. I mean, I know you had to play a lot of that close to the vest because that announcement wasn't public for a long time, but, like, yeah, exactly. Like, maybe don't sign it. Deal, it's 6 months runway. The thing my company does is, like, they're like, ah, great, like a huge national chain of radio stations who don't communicate with each other and, like, don't have great internal communication with their corporate offices. We should have, like, all 70 of their stations try to coordinate something to happen on one Monday, and just, I'm sure that'll work out. And as stated previously, it has never, ever worked out as long as I've been here. Every time it comes up, it's just a, like, nightmare of a week for everyone. And then, for some reason, my boss gets, like, mad at us. And it's like, you told us we have to do this. Like, none of us chose this. Like, I literally, like, this time I, like, literally even did the, like, my boss was like, oh, everyone has to, like, start trying to do this earlier in the week. And it's like, I did. Like, the situation is so bad that I started doing it early and worked late for no pay, and, like, it still was terrible, and it still took the entire week, and it still barely happened. Plus, like, 15 minutes before the end of my shift today, someone was like, I know I told you that your last station dealing with this problem is finally done, but my colleague says something's broken, and I'm like, it's not true. I spent what little time I have remaining in the day looking it up, and nothing is wrong with the thing you said is broken, so I don't know what to tell you. You tell me what you think is wrong, and I'll look into it further, and I did not get an email back. I kind of wanted this river to, like, split up this way, but I just like the way this fits here, and also this looks funny to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of need more trees. I need more trees, you know? Oh, sure, go there. That's fine. Does this finally do any of the things I want? It kind of does. Also kind of doesn't. They're more of those unhelpful rivers Cotillion was mentioning. That says, long story short, manager attended some sort of training thing with Google and learned of a tool they have called page speed, which measures how a site runs in a synthetic test based on Google's parameters. Lower score is not good. Big red failed appears. Oh, that's fun. That sounds constructive. Please tell me how your boss tried to incorporate this in a way that I assume is genuinely insane. Would I... This is somewhat close to being the thing I want, but it's, like, also not. It doesn't... Is it so much to ask for just, like a regular curved river? Like, this is... I want to put this here, right? But, like, I want that curved bit at the top to, like, reach around to the other short river over there. But then I'm gonna need like a really specific piece to get out of that mess I've created for myself. So quick. I got a swan pond. That seemed really loud. Was that really loud? Swan pond. I don't know what I did to get swan pond, but I got swan pond. I said it enough that it doesn't sound like words. But I think that's more of a function of how, like, not working my brain is, which is why we're not playing Murder by Numbers. Because the last time we played Murder by Numbers, I was, like, not doing great emotionally, and was otherwise, like, mostly fine. And, like, I just stared at something, like, until I absolutely gave up and needed a hint from the game, and that just made me mad. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna opt not to do that to myself intentionally, I think. Ooh. Ooh, look how good that fits. Language good. Almost have a train. We have no trains and no boats, I'll have you know. Okay, Demolition says, Boss asked us to use it. I ignore this after looking it up and seeing how crummy it is to pass. Year passes. In January, we have to use it every month for every client. I do it. Send in tech support tickets for a third of my clients each month. Ends with 2 working, but still failing, and 4 saying this is useless. Do you notice anything being slow? We can remove your tracking features to fix this. Google features to please the Google tool. Ugh. Proprietary bad. Hate it. Hate it a lot. My old company did stuff like that too. They kept trying to like find like a CRM. And they would just, like, use all the worst CRMs that provided no functionality and nothing useful to us. It was just like, you're literally just asking us to do more work. It does nothing for you or the company. You're literally just asking us to do more work. My godmother says, my 5 p.m. email was basically, hey, so I'm losing email access with the layoff now. Could you do me a favor and reach out to the employee I hired 2 weeks ago to make sure she's okay? Ow. Ow. Yeah, these are all bad stories. Something in retrograde? I don't follow any of that well enough to know. Is this how I solve this problem? I just keep finding, like, forests that have, like, a field attached to them until I can bridge this gap? I think that's the goal. Ooh, I got a water train station. You know what I don't have? Boat or train. I want this here. It does address that concern I mentioned previously of how needlessly specific a body of water would have to be to fill this space. And this doesn't do anything. Also doesn't really do anything. Oh, that's almost something. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Let's have that quest done. Nothing in retrograde, but Pluto is about to switch signs, which is a big deal. What kind of big deal? What does that mean? Is it like castling in chess, but angrier? Oh, Sniper Justin, thank you. The message doesn't pop up on anything except this one specific tab. Hang on. I wanted to say thanks for the YouTube channel being a semi-consistent source of laughter. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Sniper Justin. Thank you so much. I mean, it means a lot for you just to say that, because, like, honestly, I was just thinking, like, earlier this week of, like, I have, like, so few followers on YouTube that, like, YouTube must be furious with the amount of, like, video I upload. These, like, big, long streams that, like, a handful of people watch. It's like, this costs us so much money. Why? But thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate the generosity. There's no need to do anything like that, but I really appreciate it. Oh my god, that giant deer is just, like, wading through the water. For some reason, the scale suddenly is alarming to me. I am Bambi. But it only changes signs every 20 years, so it's a big change. A new era. But, like, so what... Could you, like, explain it like I'm 5? Like, I only know, like, really rudimentary things about, like any sort of astrological interpretations. So, like, roughly what does it mean to change signs? It's the 4K restrictions YouTube put up recently. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, my camera allegedly captures 4K, but my apartment setup is such a dumpster, like, that's fine. Heavy Rain gameplay was just too classic forever. Oh, I love Heavy Rain. When it started raining and making my life miserable, I briefly considered just playing Heavy Rain again. Mostly because I just always want an excuse to play Heavy Rain. Because I'm like the one person who, like, unapologetically loves that game. I know nowadays it's, like, really popular to hate on it, either because David Cage is, like, a monstrous human being, which is totally fair, or just because, like, the game is old enough that people want to, like, dunk on it and be like, it's not really that good or unique or whatever. But, like, I don't know, man. I just think the Heavy Rain is, like, the perfect intersection of, like, a creative thing that, like, opened up space in the game industry that is also so stupid is perfect to make fun of. You implying your apartment is not in 4K? Absolutely, Cotillion. I'm definitely telling you that. Nam and Jaden's your favorite. Yeah. I honestly don't know if I have a favorite. I love J-sitting. We just did Stray, which, you know, that went at all. It's just like my blurry magic cards. Tech is always complaining that, like, my stream table image isn't crisp enough, and I'm like, my guy, like, I can't. It's funny. I mean, like, I've seen, like, really, like, big-name Magic content creators, like, post videos of spell table stuff, and their stuff looks exactly like mine. It's like, I know these people probably know even more about this, like, tech stuff than I do, and, like, actually get paid money to produce this content, and it still looks like this. I don't... Castle, you'll love this game called Indigo Prophecy. Is that... Now, hang on. I want some backstory on that, Castle. Like... Had you played Heavy Rain by the time your friend recommended it? Was this your, like, first introduction to that? Because, like, Indigo Prophecy is, like, a hot... Like, I was so excited for Indigo Prophecy to come out, and it is just bad. I streamed that, like, a long time ago, too, and it is not... good. It doesn't meet that same threshold of, like, perfectly stupid to make fun of. It's like, nah, it's just kind of bad. It's not as bad as Beyond Two Souls. That game is horrific in, like, every possible way. Oh, okay. It was so... Your friend recommended it before Heavy Rain came out. Why is... But, yeah, like, this begs the question, why is anyone recommending... Like, it's hard enough to recommend most David Cage games. I mean, like... Heavy Rain was big for a while, and I guess you could say roughly the same thing for Detroit Become Human. But, like, all the other ones are just kind of, like, outright bad. Particularly Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit. Hang on. Is the start of that? No. Okay, so Pluto moves into a different part of your birth chart depending on your sign. Each sign is associated with a different part of your life. So, like, the notion of 2 planets moving into different signs means that, like, there would be a drastic change for a significant number of people worldwide. They recommended it because they knew you liked Mass Effect? Like, that's an explanation that requires more explanation. That's moving to the... So Pluto has lived in your financial sector and you've been dealing with finances, which are in a good place, and now Dealing with communication, huh? Who's excited for Heavy Rain Star Wars? Like, unironically, I am. I know I'm gonna be disappointed in it, and I know that people are gonna try and tell me that I shouldn't play it because David Cage is bad. And again, I'm not trying to defend him. Everything I know about that guy sucks. But I've said this on stream before, is like, those are the types of games that I want more of. So, like, if he's the only person who's gonna make them, I'm gonna put my money there because I want the video game industry to be like, let's do more games that Vasco will like, please. Yeah, I like this here. It looks stupid. Do I have something to do with this? Not really, but I kind of like how it looks there, so there it goes. Hey, how long was I just, like, sitting there reading chat and not playing the game? Maybe probably expect more of that. I actually don't want that there. It fits really nicely there, but it's not what I want. I like this? It's an old game called Alpha Protocol, which was interactive a la Detroit. I think I've heard of Alpha Protocol. Feel free to at me on the Discord with that, so hopefully I remember to look at it. This week has been so miserable. Like, 2 people, like, sent me links to things. They're like, hey, Vasco, you should, like, check this out. Like, I think a couple people actually pointed out the, like, mystery game sale on Steam, and, Neko had pointed out that, like, T-Turtle was doing, like, a sale of some kind, and I just, like, whiffed on both of those. I, like, barely have gotten through the past, like, 5 days. Like, it genuinely doesn't feel like Friday, because I just feel like I am living the longest Monday of all time. There is a planet of constriction and entered Aquarius, sign of groups. It's leaving now. Say what you will about woo-woo astrology, but the timing is creepy. I mean, like, listen, astrology's maybe not, like, my main jam. I don't think I've ever, like, criticized anyone for following it. Like, you know, I look for signs and meanings in my own way. I feel like it'd be disingenuous of me to say anything about it, but, yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're looking for meaning, you're likely to find it. And I think we're all looking for meaning, and the ways in which we find it say something about who we are. Man, this... what am I doing here? I appreciate that, Cotillion. Like, I know you're always looking out for the stream, Cotillion. Oh. That's... no. That's like the inverse of what I want, right? Is there a way I can spin this? Not really. I don't think so. There's no way for me to fix this thing I've done to myself. I'm gonna keep trying, but, like, there's just no way out of this. I mean, this looks really good, but it, like, specifically prohibits me from doing the thing I want. Hey, sure. That also seems fine. Any open forest quests here? No. Alright, putting this down. The reason these shapes remind me of Residents of Fate random battles. I mean, you know, there's a lot of hexing going on here. We don't have any, like, red hexes. But, you know, if we combine enough of these hexes, Sniper Justin, we may, in fact, recharge whatever level of the Skytown of Basel that we're on, you know? It seems like I gotta check out this Alpha Protocol game. I don't really know anything about it. Okay, more houses, except this is like a really bad Oh, look, that fits really perfectly there. Done. Sold. There's some place that wants one house and nothing else? No. Wait? Wait? Oh, almost. Ah, that's close enough. Yeah, look at all them tiles. Yeah, we're making progress. David Cage does Born Bond Bower. I mean, that sounds good. At least in theory. Oh, it's so close to what I want. It's not good, but it's like really close to what I want. Yeah, I'll leave this here as like an open end to possibly doing a field later. Really, what's happened? Oh, hey, look. Oh, I gotta put that there, right? Like, I'm trying to add some houses here. It's got a little water that connects directly to the water. I mean, it's like too perfect. Got like a couple like lake houses. It's good stuff. Big empty hex, you say? Don't really have a good spot for big empty hex. This is like an okay spot. Oh, actually, this is where I should have put that other house, huh? Because like it like actually is exactly this. That's embarrassing for me. You could go here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I looked at this with the other house tile and incorrectly interpreted this as there being like two... Oh no, this was the one I was looking at, right? Hey, look at that. That's like really good. Oh dear, what, who? Wow, it's sure saying something about the nature of this tile. Wait, this tile literally has 6 connection points that require a specific adjacent tile. It requires 2 railroad connections and 4 waterway connections. This game has Jim Cummings in it? How is this game real? I feel like this is some, like, Mandela effect thing that Chad is trying to pull on me. But, like, look at this. I don't think I've ever seen a tile like this in Dorfromantik. This is, like, the worst tile. This tile is so bad. Why would I ever want this tile? Like, what am I supposed to do with the tile? Game. That's just horrible. It just, like, doesn't connect to, like, anything. I mean, like, there must be something in the algorithm that, like, deals you the tiles to prevent this from happening. But, like, if you got this as one of your first, like, 10 tiles, like, the game would just be unplayable. Like, you wouldn't be able to put this anywhere. I can't even connect it to, like, open river. They're just the worst. What to do with this thing? I don't want to put it here. It's like one of 2 places it could go. So I just connect it to here, this tile I already didn't want, and just try to ignore it best I can. Ooh, a ghost tile. You know what? That's close enough. I just want to be done with this little forest, you know? That doesn't connect the way I want it to. Those trees are in the wrong space. That was like 4/6 what I want it to be. Keep getting tiles like that. Sure, go there. A boat! It's not exactly the shape I want. I mean, like, listen, do I need, like, one water to, like, finish this thing off? Yes. There's also a river coming up next. I'm gonna put the boat in the big water. Look what your chart says about the Saturn changes for you. This could feel like a huge source of relief as heavy Saturn has been slogging through your intense 8th house of intimate relationships, long-term finances, and joint ventures. So if, like, Saturn is my nemesis, then yeah, that would explain a lot. Client bonds and finances have gone through so many ups and downs since Saturn entered in 2020. I don't know if that time frame's quite right. Good news, maybe. Sure, maybe. I don't know. So hesitant to accept good news. Just don't trust it. Okay. Got some houses, got some fields. Don't line up the way I want it all. That tracks. It's so funny to me the way this game handles trees. Because, you know, you get a quest to, like, put a bunch of fields together and, you know, it counts the fields. They're pretty big. You get, like, you know, 4 or fewer on a tile pretty much always. Trees, like, I mean, how's there sort of a, like, a middle ground? You get a handful of those. It's, like, more than fields, but fewer than trees. Sometimes you just get, like, one tree tile that's got, like, 25, 30 trees on it or something. It's just, like, it just, like, doesn't scale the same way as, like, any other quest does. Weird. No particular place that I want this to go. Sure. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Although if I do that, and I, like, try to close this thing off with trees, that's, like, pretty good. But I would need, like, a single tile with just, like, nothing but trees for this to work at all. I kind of have that coming up, huh? I say that we take the gamble and we see how many trees are on that tile. And it probably won't do the job, but, like, hey, we will have tried. I'm sick of worrying about this forest problem I created for myself. First, I gotta deal with this. Reach me towards the ghost tile. Haha, I did it. It looks horrendous, but I did it. I mean, the field kind of fits nicely. I mean, it's a ruse. Kind of like how that fits. Some sort of train nonsense. I don't think this is gonna do anything I want it to do. Oof. Large oof. Nope. I think that's as good as that's getting. Which is to say not very good. Can't argue with that perfect tree connection. I think what I want to do is start trying to constrict this forest some amount. Not close it off entirely, but like close it off enough that if I decided to close it off later, it would be physically possible because I never set that up correctly for myself. That's a pretty good fit. Yeah, I like it. You want exactly 3 houses, eh? Sure. Ooh, an end rail. That's gotta be useful for some of this chaos. Calling March 7th out as a major career moment for you, and unless plans change, they are not wrong. Well, I mean, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like I smell burned popcorn, and I don't know who's causing it, but I wish they wouldn't. Big damp spot. I just like the way this looks. Which is to say, weird, horrible blob. I like this, too. Kind of difficult to imagine getting exactly the right forest tile here, but I know it exists. I've seen it before. And I just smelled it too. Maybe it's the apocalypse. Weirder stuff seems to happen all the time, so like maybe. We're not that close together, my sister and I, so like that'd be some concerning War of the Worlds stuff, I think, but like I wouldn't rule it out. Especially not this week. Ooh. Nah, I kinda like that, but I think I want this to connect to the train station thing. For some reason, I think I like this. But then I would need to find, like, a tile with exactly 2 houses on it. That sounds really hard. Sure. Pretty much the same problem I had just a moment ago. The new gig is crazy. The thing that you suspect may happen at work on the projected day. Oh, it's just a big forest. That's not where I want that. Got another, like, end rail. I don't think I could connect that to anything, though. I don't think I have a place for that. Actually, weirdly works. I don't know what I would do with, like, a train over here, but sure. Not at work, the plot thickens. Look at this horrible thing. I'm, like, not even, like, ashamed to just, like, close this thing off entirely. I can't use it the place I'd want to put it. Just shut this up. Just shut this whole thing up. Can't really go straight there anymore, or there. So I guess this kind of has to go here. Yeah, sure. You know, I think if this field touched when I had these trees touching each other, I'd probably, like, run with that, but, like, nah, not good enough. I guess I could have put the river over here. Didn't do that, though. I suppose also I could put these, like, random trees over here by the trees. Put this over here with the rest of the fire. What am I doing with this, with my life? What am I doing? I mean, that's... I want that. Oh, hang on, does this do anything? Doesn't do anything good, that's for sure. Accepted an offer from the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association to host this year's Nebula Awards. Wow. How did that even come up? Done game writing, and that is... Oh, I didn't realize game writing was a category they recognized. Wow, that's very exciting. Congrats on that. I don't know what this river's doing. Don't worry about it. I want that to touch, and it just doesn't. I just get like a bunch of fields at one time, thanks. Came up due to pen spirit. Oh, that's pretty wild. Is that like a little rundown castle? I haven't seen that before. So if I complete its quest, don't I get it? I want the castle. I want a little castle. Alright, new goal, chat. Get a little castle. Oh, I left this so that 3 houses does the thing. These fields are annoying, but, like, it's fine. Oh, like a little lake situation. It doesn't really do what I want. Yeah, that's a big mood for me, Cotillion. Someday I'll write a book. I don't know when or what kind, but it'll happen. Yeah. I think this weird incident, like, in some of the old writing books that I read when I was, like, studying writing in college, they talked about, like, finding, like, something that would, like, help you focus your writing. And for me, it's always been, like, showering or, like, brushing my teeth, or when I just, like, dissociate enough to have, like, thoughts about writing. And, like, I don't know, with just, like, all the influx of negativity, I just had this, like, weird, intense vision of, like, a scene from, like, a project that I've, like, thought about off and on since, like, college. By the way, I don't think just because I was trying to finish one thought because I can't multitask that I missed that demolition. Thank you for the 200 bits. Thank you very much. They said they wanted someone with game industry cred but able to handle a hybrid live stream and in-person stream. He was all like, I know who. Yeah, that was the right call there. I can't imagine that there's like a ton of people who check all those boxes. I just want this to look hideous. You have to write your monologue with a TV writing duo. It's like a weird thing I've never considered. I mean, I think they even talk about... Why do I keep getting these? I have so many of this horrible tile of this game. You know what I don't have? Any trains at all. I don't really want this here. I mean, I could connect it to this. That seems like pretty bad. Probably as good as it's getting, though. Does this finally do... It doesn't, right? Like, I need like a million fields because I just did this so bad. It's literally going to say I don't have any active field quests, right? And there are 3 of them active right now over here. Since I hate trains, it seems like a good thing. Yeah, you know me so well, Cotillion. You got me so good. The main woman running the show performed on Sesame Street and also wrote a book series I love. Do you, as part of compensation for doing this, do you get to be her best friend forever? Is that in your rider? Do you have a rider? That's good enough. Didn't want to finagle these fields out and about. Oh, that connects really nicely. I mean, this field kind of looks horrible. Don't worry about it. Quick, attach a rider. Yeah, seriously. Get on it. Yeah, I need more trees. I gotta get myself a little castle. I just want, like, a little castle, you know? You ever wake up and say to yourself, like, I just need a little castle? Yeah. I don't really know what I'm doing with any of this trainless railroad. Guess that's fine. That's more like it. That's the one. Just 300 more trees to go until I hopefully get a little castle. Suppose there's... Yeah, it doesn't quite work. It sort of works. If I do this, there's probably some way the water connects maybe eventually. Like this. Nah, I mean, like, in theory, this has to connect to something on this railroad. Like, this is... like, probably the only tile that makes this work. I have some, like, 1 in a million die roll of, like, the tile I want. Like, also, at the same time, you have to consider that I don't know that I actually care. It honestly seems more valuable to me to put this here. Because it maybe lets me do something with this railroad, but honestly, at the same time, like, what would that even be? I put this out here. Got some fields. I mean, it's so close, but, like, I really goofed this pretty hard, huh? I mean, I could do, like, this, and then just, like, not touch those fields. It's probably, like, a smart thing to do. Like, I really gotta... Like, I'm running low on tiles, and I kind of gotta get that little castle. I really want a little castle. I'm excited to apply this field to the fields, but I can't do that. Turns out. Yeah, why not? I have sort of divided my fields in an unlikely fashion. Do you see what I see? It's not a little drummer boy. It's a little ting-ting train. It's even like... Well, I guess it's orange. I don't know. I like red a lot. But, like, orange is still a pretty good color for a train, because, like... Is there a bad color for a train? I'm not sure that there is. Science hasn't found it yet. Working on this little castle project of mine. Yeah, so if I do this... It's not like a great fit, but it does give me the, like, fit exactly one more field over here quest. And also closes off the field so that there's only one branch Because the one I'm finishing now is one of those, like, close off the whole area quests. So, like, I want to add, like, 6 more fields and then close it off. I mean, I don't, like, honestly, I don't even think brown's a bad, like, puke green or, like, duck poop green, like, maybe. Like, that's a pretty bad color. But honestly, just, like, straight up, like, brown, I don't even think that's bad. I mean, train salvages a lot, I guess, is what I'm saying. I actually have a water quest over here, so it's, like, probably more valuable to put... Oh, yeah, especially... I just want it to, like, have a really bad shape. In a perfect world... I think I would find a way to connect this train up to here, and then it would be like a cool train spot. I did sort of create a completely untenable train situation up there. How many more? I thought there was a quest with the train. Did I finish it? I thought it was saying I needed 10 more train tracks. But it's... all of a sudden, just like nothing but trains. Yeah, this is unfortunately really close to that horrible, like, 6-pronged death tile. Train completed when I set it down. Yeah, I must have misread that. I thought it was saying I needed 10 more. It must have been like 10 plus that I plugged it in. It was like, oh, look at all these train tracks. I'm having a great time. Choot, toot, toot. Ting, ting. What have you. This is exactly 13. Yeah, you can go over here with these fields. Let's do that. I'd like a thing that wants, like... a spot that wants just like a hint of tree. That's like pretty good actually. Does this do anything for me? Assume not. Just decided that I'm gonna try and reach the train tracks over to there, even though it is unlikely that it'll do that fun thing I want it to do. Trees, good. Trees for the tree god. What's the dumb thing I'm failing? Oh, like none of those sides are trees. That's the issue. Yeah, I see it. I can see how that's an issue. Just like 200 more trees. Your favorite ice cream flavor? Hint of tree. I assume like the image on the front of it is like just like a whole pine tree air freshener for like a car. I do not have many tiles, and I don't have a little castle. This is troubling to me. I'm finding more, like, secret tiles than I've seen in a long time. Brown is boring. Saying brown is boring reminds me of that thing from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That green is not a creative color. I once shared that video with a coworker at my old job, and she was mad. Not because she hated Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, which was a reasonable response, because it's, like, weird and upsetting. But simply because it was too catchy and it made her upset. Do I have a house quest over here? No, I completed house quest. I feel like you should get a little castle. I feel that way, too! I mean, honestly, I could just, like, connect this here to make use of its trees, because I want a little castle. Look, it finally happened. I'm finally able to connect it. This is the first curved river of this type I've seen in this, like, entire playthrough. And it is, like, so pivotal to, like, just connecting stuff. It's been like a disaster, man. Alright, so I need exactly 3 fields. I do this, right? And then I do this. When I do that, I get like 10 more tiles, which is worth giving up some trees. Yeah. Of course, this next tile does like nothing for me. There's a little field directly behind the clock tower. That seems nice. It's not a perfect tile or anything like that, but it just seems like a nice thing to do. Okay, this is a little awkward, because this next tile is too many fields. It ruins that quest. So I don't like 1000% know what to do with it. Doesn't fit nicely there. I mean, sure, I guess. Every little bit gets me closer to having a little castle. Want that. Oh man, because we're in the spooky zone, like a little pumpkin appears on this tile. Like, that's really good. You know I love little pumpkin. Let the pumpkins by the mutant river I'm trying to create? That seems kind of fun. Speaking of mutant river, thought that last tile I had was bad, and it is, don't get me wrong, but like, what is this 5 waterways and a tree tile? Like, what is that? Like, what, who's making these tiles?
Picture an egg.
Like, question your credentials, frankly. Just like, just a nightmare over here. This is horrible. Wait, for real, who's responsible? Why have you done this to me?
Yikes forever.
That's a real yikes forever vibe. What? Why though? Like we didn't stop to consider why we would do this. We just did it, you know? You understand what I'm saying? I guess.
I might get wet. Down there.
I tell you what, if you visit that location, you will definitely get wet. For sure. There's way too much water. I'm pretty sure even those trees are a swamp, there's so much water over there. Little fountain over here, it's fine. This is still too many, right? I still need exactly 1 field. It's like not gonna go my way, probably. That's not very good. Ooh, hang on. Got there. Sort of. I don't know, it kind of ruins something else. It's fine. I'm more concerned about the trees than this weird little field situation. I mean, I could put this here, but then it would, like, ruin... Like, I need a really specific kind of single field. I do that. I honestly, like, yeah, I think the... I think my, like... I don't know if it shows up on mobile at all, but the, stream elements sound alerts should be available. Is it via plugin? I think there's like a plugin. I don't remember how I set it up. It was in the productive times. It's not the productive times. I don't remember how anything works. You should ask me some like very reasonable question about how I set something up like a week ago, and I was like, I don't know, man. That's past Vasco. Current Vasco's an idiot. That's Vasco had a plan, man. Why there's all these single houses? Hmm. None of these is like quite right. That's fine. Or darn, these trees won't actually connect to the other trees if I connect them to the mutant thing. Single escape house hex. It's something like that. I mean, I feel like you could definitely consider it an escape hex if you, like, needed, like, single house, for sure. Like, a little bit of subjectivity there. I mean, I constructed this, like, just garbage. Here, do this. 138 trees. We're working on it. Ah, that fits nicely. Bunch of trees. Do they connect to this single house? Yes, they actually do. That actually works really well. Oh my god. Stop putting trees on the tiles with like a bunch of stuff I don't want. Ignore construction garbage, focus on castle. I mean, in fairness, the little castle's kind of run down. It probably needs some construction help. But like, why put the railroad here? And ask for this. Got a big wet tile coming up. Maybe I'll connect it to this disaster river. I don't know. Oh, that looks pretty nice, though. Doesn't, like, do anything, but, like, doing it. Disaster River, isn't that a ride at Disneyland? It's, I think it's a ride at Vasco Land. The theme of the ride is just like, yeah, it's fine. We'll all ride a boat together. And then by the end of it, all the guests are on fire. The aristocrats or something. Oh, look at this little train go to the end of that. It's great. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here because it looks like either like a bulbous gray alien head or like a malformed like conversation heart. It also completes multiple quests. Planning on going there this year to Vasco's Disaster Theme Park? I wouldn't recommend it. It's not actually safe. And the roof leaks. Use up some of your vacation days for it. It's a better use of vacation days than getting your roof fixed. That was not a great part of last Friday. That works, sure. Sorry, I'll stop harping on that eventually. Maybe soon. Probably not. But that's exciting. I hope that works out and that you have a good time. Demolition. Disney trip. I haven't been since 2019. Start of the pandemic, I had one drawing from work to go to some like radio takeover of like Disneyland. It's obviously like working adjacent to radio. We had like an in for that, but then the pandemic hit. Actually, there was a point in time where like Tech was gonna visit for that, and then you know the Fire Nation attacked and all that. Alright, what do I do with this? I just want to connect it, really, frankly, is all. It says it's been since the 90s that he was at Disneyland. I mean, strictly speaking, when I went in 2019, it was Disney World. Disneyland, which is technically closer to where I am. And by technically, I mean literally. And I can't quite recall. Maybe a couple years before that or something? Yeah, super technical. It's just like a real fringe edge case definition of closer. I guess I'll just plug this in here. Close off this disaster. I don't know if trees on these tiles coming up. I still haven't found like a single field tile that sorts this problem out. Not in love with that. You know what? That aesthetically feels nice. We'll put that there. It's not a great fit, but it does something. It says never been to Disneyland, but went to Disney World in the late 90s. There's certainly like a lot of overlap in benefits between the two, but they also definitely have their own distinct charms, literally and figuratively. I don't know what literally means in that sense. There's some construction of thought that happened in my brain that made sense of that sentence, but then, like, seconds later, I'm like, what would the literal charms be? Leviosa? Everyone has Star Wars. I mean, both Land and World have a Galaxy's Edge, but only World has the hotel thing. Same thing as figuratively, according to the dictionary. Sure, we'll go with the dictionary, I guess. Another one of those technicalities. This tile does nothing for me. The goggles, they do nothing. I almost for a second thought that the tile with 3 random bits on it was going to fit perfectly here, but like, nah. The hotel horridly overpriced. That's my understanding, yeah. I've heard like literally no good things about it. Which is like a pretty bad indicator for like a Disney experience. It just seems like a thing that was like ill conceived. Like from the beginning. Like, I'm certain that there's like a way you could do that. Like a Star Wars themed immersive hotel experience, that would be cool. But like the price point seems genuinely absurd, and I also don't know that they've planned through like what that experience should offer to people. Like even for like a more reasonable price point, but especially for where it's at. But I haven't really looked into it for a while, so like I don't know. Maybe it's like better than it used to be. That's, you know what? It's good enough. And it still counts as 2, so it still doesn't do what I want. Which is annoying. What would I do with this? No, like I could try to like preemptively put this over here, but then if I connect the one tile that I need, I think the next tile is the one tile I need. Alright, let's just fire this thing off into the abyss. If we could have the casino from The Last Jedi. I mean, yeah, that'd probably help, Castle Arg. Although I am hesitant to say anything positive about The Last Jedi because of personal feelings. What I've seen from a few parkour fanatics, it's lacking in several things in terms of providing an adventure. That doesn't surprise me. I just, like, I haven't researched it in depth, Demolition, but like the things that I've read about the experience kind of suggest that like they talk a big game, but like, God, brother-in-law just got home with a black eye from work. Good lord, how is any of this happening? It's the field I've been waiting for. Now I can finally start putting fields over there. Maybe accomplish something. Novel ideas, I know. Disappointing. That works actually somehow. I just really want that little castle. I mean, I still need, like, Water Quest. Because he doesn't feel it that much. I mean, that's, like, good, I guess, but, like, that feels lacking in terms of good news experience. Alright, now I got some fields I can attach to other fields. Hey, Angel, thank you for the resub. At 46 months. Good grief, that's many months. Thank you. Hello and welcome aboard. This is the commiseration pit. Everyone's having a bad time. March is not off to a good start. We're 3 days in. I'm so sorry, everyone. At the Disney hotels in California. Yeah, I guess that's a benefit of living in California. I've never considered that, but also, like, yeah, that's not surprising. California, everything expensive. This is a plus. Yeah, this is fine. I'll do this. Alright, I got myself a water train station. So, like, I can connect this here. Try and rein in the nonsense of this miserable 6-point bucket of failure tile even further, but... I mean, oh, I finished 2 quests by doing this? That's pretty good. 2 quests is pretty good. Like this, because I don't really know where I'm going. I just want that little castle, you know? I just want the little castle. Life is bad. I'm sorry to hear that, Angel. I know you've been dealing with a lot. I take it that hasn't improved. Himself in the eye with a hammer trying to do something with a screw. See, that... with just that amount of detail, that sounds like something I would do. Is just, like, try to apply hammer to screw as though I was, like, an adventure game character desperate to advance the plot or something. Like, I don't know, try everything. Use cakes on crate of excavation materials. Curses, too caked. Someone did ask on the Discord, suggesting, like, so tomorrow's probably up in the air, and I'm like, in theory. I feel like tomorrow's stream will be fine. It's just that, like, you have to understand that the turnaround from, like, work to stream on Friday night is, like, the exact amount of time it takes me to make and eat dinner and then make sure that everything is working for the stream. It's, like, there's, like, zero additional room to, like, decompartmentalize from the sheer exhaustion of how, like, terrible everything is. Oh, yeah. That has to go there. Never will this ever happen. Sister says, I hit myself in the head with a champagne cork before when it bounced off the bathroom ceiling. Yeah, that sounds like some like late 80s, early 90s like comedy movie shenanigans. That sounds like a thing that shouldn't be able to happen to a real person, which makes it even more frustrating when it happens to you. Like, I can't say I've had that exact experience, but I've definitely done things like that, where it's like that. It's not really like allowed to happen to real people, right? Like, how are we here? I don't know, more lake houses. Okay, hold on. Yes. And yes. I have an active house quest? I don't, right? Like, I think I finished the one I had. I don't care that much about these houses. Just go there. That's fine. Okay, some more trees. Trees. I don't know when the fields touch, but the trees also touch. Hold on. Just like that. Oh, that's like too many houses anyway. Okay, so we're gonna... start building houses over this way, I guess. Build the trees out that way. And, like... they just never line up. Even, like, 2 of the 3 won't line up. Completely not a real person. 3 Muppets in a trench coat. You mean Muppet Man? It was definitely my favorite thing in... that one was just called The Muppets, right? The one with Jason Segel. Just, like, not only, like, the convention of, like, naming the idea of 3 something in a trench coat in, like, a convenient shorthand, but also just, like, Fozzie's, like, sheer excitement at the concept of executing Muppet Man. Like... just the actual literal, like, line read of Fozzie Bear being like, Muppet Man! Is like, yes, correct. That is everything. Where do I fit this house and its dumb trees? It's stupid, idyllic, idiot trees. There, perfect, done. This is, like, the literal same tile? No, it's slightly different. Does that mean it fits in the other zone? No, it extremely doesn't. It's, like, worse somehow. Doesn't do that either. Not sure. I don't know, man. Fozzie's the best. I love Fozzie Bear. I don't know how you couldn't. I feel like you're legally obligated. Yeah, sure. This is mostly done. Also, mostly done. It's funny. I feel like these big towns always end up with, like, a lot of clock towers now. Which, like, you know, is cool, but, like, also seems ridiculous. How many clock towers does one continuous town need? Well, many trees, you say? Oh, I don't get the thing right away. I have to do its challenge. Connect 3 pre-placed tiles in total. What exactly does that mean? By pre-placed tiles, I assume it means those, like, floating ghost tiles, right? Does it just mean that I'm meant to connect to 3 of those in my lifetime, or does it mean that I need to connect to all of the edges of one of those? Yeah, all 3 in a match. Is there a limit of 3? That in itself is new information to me. So there's like one down here and one up there. Oh, you mean all 3 in terms of the quest. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I got you. Well, I mean, I might as well go this way, right? Might need to connect something other than railroad to get here. You know what? I got houses, man. I'm not sure that we would end the stream if I get the castle, but I want the castle. I have a type of thing I'm not really building on right now. I mean, train tracks and rivers mostly. Do I have the quest? Oh, I guess you're right. I guess if it's not active, it doesn't count it, right? Like, it has to be one of my, like, 3 generated ones. That's a good call. I haven't really focused much on the, like, ghost tiles for a thing. For a minute. For a thing. God, I'm so tired. Like, the only times I'm ever actually, like, tired enough to sleep are, like, when I'm trying to work or, like, when I'm in the middle of cooking dinner, and even if I wanted to, like, it'd be a bad idea to just go to sleep. And then, like, the second I'm not working, I'm like, well, I'm awake, but I don't want to do anything. But you know what? Maybe if we complete Overachiever by getting a bunch of points, then it might be replaced by the thing. Are you kidding me? This 16-tile windmill garbage? Get this weak stuff out of here. Alright, I guess we'll build fields this way? Maybe? I don't know. Nearly fell asleep at work. It was so slow until the last hour. I mean, you know, your mileage may vary, but I guess that could be worse in the sense that, like, trying to do a lot of work while tired, I find, is worse. But, you know, to each their own. Oh, I love this. Yeah. Empty tile. The void tile. I don't know, man. I don't know where the void goes. There's nothing, and then an hour and 40 minutes work comes in with 10 minutes to go. Yeah, that feels familiar. Art department wants to wrap up your day. Is the expectation that get done today, though? Or is it just that, like, suddenly you have that work and you have to do it until the end of the day and then it carries over? Expected to finish today. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, though. Just go there. So how many points do I need to finish this? Like, kind of a lot? Yeah, okay, that's... This is just like forest and houses. It's like not a new thing. I don't think. Don't think it new thing. Sure. Wait, is that just a perfect fit for that? That's a pretty good tile. Need 2 trees. Nice, right? Very nice. Let's do this. That finishes that. And then we've sort of oh, it's a gently curving river, the second one ever in the history of humanity. I guess I don't need that anymore because I put this weird brain tile in. Reminds me of a Ben 10 alien. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, no, wait. Is this better served going up here? I don't think I finished the water quest. Never mind, I finished the water quest. Actually, I think I finished the water quest with a water quest. We just both finished at the same time. Upgrade. Sniper Justin knows the name. It's Upgrade. I don't think I would have gotten there. He was like toward the tail end of me paying attention. No, that's not true. Upgrade was like second set? Second set of aliens? I mean, I really should use this for its fields. It's like the type of body of water. And you can just sort of connect to whatever you want. I mean, this said railroads, it's not having a great time. I've made life easy for the train, but I've gotten mostly just horrible train tiles in general. Single field. Close. Motion says Lord of the Ring Return of the Kings will be in theaters next month. Extended edition, 260 minutes without intermission. Worthy pre-roll thank you from Elijah Wood. I would not make it through that, maybe, probably. Fun fact, Return of the King is the Lord of the Rings movie I've never seen. Also fun fact, Magic the Gathering started doing Universes Beyond, which basically is crossover intellectual property with other things. They've done like Warhammer and Street Fighter and some other stuff. They even did League of Legends. And they're releasing like a big Lord of the Rings set later this year that is like a big deal, but also it seems like the price point's going to be really expensive. So people are a little upset about that, I think. But when are Magic players not upset? We're the worst. Maybe that's it. Maybe the reason I like Magic is because everyone hates everything all the time, because like that is sort of my jam. I know only hate. Because Saturn's been raining on my relationship parade or something. Just gonna put you over here. Does this do any? Oh, this does something. Sure. Little water wheel, huh? It'd be kind of fun to connect that all. Oh, this has like a huge water quest associated with it. It should definitely go attached to like this thing. Yeah, I mean, I need those things to like curve together. Yeah, to elaborate on the earlier point, like, I'll be honest, I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. I wouldn't say I like hate Lord of the Rings or anything, but like, I just don't engage with it. Like, I know it is like a foundational fantasy thing upon which several other fantasy things that that I like are based on, but like, I try to watch it and I just like don't really connect to any of the characters, and the pacing is really slow, and I just sort of tune out of it. Like, I'm not even like trying to argue it's bad, it's just doing something in a specific way. It's honestly in a certain way kind of like the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, the game we've been playing on Saturdays, which is like, I don't think it's a bad game. It's getting like all kinds of awards for having such a great story. I don't like... It's super weird, it's definitely off-putting, but like, I respect what it's doing. This mostly fits. I accept. I think that's town and trees. Why are these so generic? Like the biome color changes. Yeah, it's a really good detail. I don't think the very first version of the game had it, but it's been in the game for like most of its lifespan at this point. And it's a really good addition. That's close enough. Guess I could try to connect these houses to those houses. It was like those, right? If I was one tile closer, I could connect that in a meaningful way. Alas, earwax. Kind of this sort of cherry blossom area is like new to me. I like how that's vibing. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't tell me who did that. Is that like when people try to do those alerts through the mobile app that it like can't figure it out? Also, like the internet won't load the page for some reason. Please. How do I find history? Dashboard? Not dash. Decidedly not dashboard. No, just kidding. It's dashboard. It's Demolition again. Thank you, Demolition, for messing around. It wonders if I read the Lord of the Rings books. Goodness, no. And I say that only because if the movie version wasn't gonna get me involved in the franchise, the book's not more likely. I'm not illiterate, but I don't really enjoy reading because I'm an incredibly slow, high retention reader. And so, like, I have to be, like, super invested, or the thing has to be pretty short, or I'm just not gonna get through it. Or I'm gonna, like, resent the fact that I'm reading it. Like, it's just... I have always struggled with this. Click that out of the window, and then pressing the WASD keys does something weird. Need this for something? Here. Just, like, go over... Yeah, like, yeah, especially the way Game of Thrones as a TV series turned out towards the end, there's, like, no chance I was gonna get invested in those books, but, like, yeah, like, Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, like, not super high on my list of, like, things to try reading, because, like, reading's just not my jam. Like, reading is just, like, a thing that I can't particularly easily do recreationally. Yeah, pictures. Yeah, like, I could blow through, like, you know, 5-6 chapters of manga in, like, just an hour or something, and, like, feel like I got something out of it. But, like, reading, like, a dense book is a struggle, man. What's... Oh my god, it's Foxtown? Foxtown, I just got a new fox friend. Cotillion just sent me a friend who's a fox. I'm gonna connect this to my big town and see how that goes. Alright. Look, I don't know why, but these 3 train stations are friends. Hello, Cadius. Welcome to the stream. Sorry about the tornado scare the other day. Hope everything's been okay since then. Dave says Hobbit is pretty short, though. They did weird things when they split it up. Yeah, my understanding is when they decided to make Hobbit into a trilogy, they made up, like, a good amount of that content to, like, fill out 3 movies, which seems like an extremely weird thing to do. But, like, they did it. It's their franchise. I will say I was reading something somewhere this week that they were... Like, Warner Brothers announced that they were, like, trying to make Lord of the Rings into a franchise like Star Wars. It's like, I don't know that it's, like, built for that. You know? I don't know about that. Like a wet quest, right? Oh god, it's another one of those horrible spiderweb railroad bits. Is that helpful to me? I'd rather just do this. Do I have a place for this? three train stations. Now we need a giant trench coat. Muppet Man. Just like that quote like lives rent free in my head. Fozzie Bear just like Muppet Man. Yeah. Maybe they can make a Lord of the Rings holiday special celebrating whatever the Hobbit equivalent of Life Day is. Yeah, but is it gonna be the same without B. Arthur, you know? We're in the safest place in town. You mean the cooler? Was it like a... Was it one of those, like, Indiana Jones-style refrigerator coolers that, like, saves you from a nuclear bomb blast? Ring of Power is a masterpiece, right? I mean, like, honest to God, Ring of Power is, like, the only, like, Lord of the Rings thing I've, like, cared about at all. Which, like, I think just makes people mad when I say things like that. God, this is even worse than the other one. This is a 5-way train split. Who? Why? Who made these tiles? And listen, that's not to say... Oh, God, you want exactly one house, right? Oh, get bent. That's not to say that, like, Ring of Power is, like, the best thing I've ever seen, but, like... I don't know. Like, the characters just, like, made more sense at the scale that they did it. You love gaslighting your friends over your bad taste. Ocadius, and, like, a group of friends of mine that's, like, kind of disbanded at this point. Like, when I first moved out here. There was, like, one, like, mutual friend of ours who just, like, had, like, the opposite take to, like, almost everyone on, like, almost all movies. It was spectacular to behold. Just, like, unironically, she would just, like, say stuff about, like, what she liked and didn't like, and people would just, like, lose their minds. And I'm like, I mean, people can have different opinions, and they would just be like, ah, I'm dying! 682 trees, huh? I don't know if you know this. That's, like, a pretty big number of trees. Yeah, I think like 8 or whatever is like more than a single house. I have to remember to pay attention to that. It's getting a little low in the sky there. Oh, these might as well go with the rest of the trees. He says he told his friends that he thought Professor Snape was an a-hole and one of them was legit mad. I mean, I feel like that's like a defensible position though, right? I mean, like, whether you like him or like care about his redemption arc, like, I feel like you could very easily just be like, that's cool and all, but I think he's like an a-hole. I feel like that's pretty reasonable, in fact. Am I doing anything with fields? Closing off this field? Yeah, okay, I can do that. Void tile? Why must you always mock me? Void tile? I've just been stacking these in this weird corner. How much do I care about trees? I'd rather have this close off the field. It's a good shape for doing that. He sort of connects to there. Ooh. And this field's really not doing anything, huh? If I connect it to here, it honestly just makes my life harder. Yeah, whatever. See, now we've reached a point where I can only get this one, like, gently curving river, which, like, doesn't... Like, that's fine. It's just a little annoying that, like, I just wanted one before, and it took, like, most of the game to get there. How far off am I from this now? 1,500 points? I don't know. Run it back. It's fine. Oh wait, a single house. I finally remembered to put that here. I don't know how many I've seen since I, like, wasn't doing that at all. That's fun. And then this house connects with these, but doesn't join with the big thing yet. That's, like, a lot of rivers you want connected to that thing, huh? Would I have that, like, here? Yeah, I think I would. Void tile! One of these days I'm gonna accidentally get a perfect tile made only of loose void tiles. So if I connect this here... Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, wait. Can I, like, connect it here, though? It's like, now I don't have to avoid connecting them anymore, like I was doing for a little while there. These train stations are such a mess. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to put it here because I can. Village of 2 clock towers. I believe you'll find that there are 3 clock towers attached to this single continuous town, and 1 town square in the form of this fountain. Soon we're gonna have a big fox, though. Unpleasant sound. Planner, scored 2 perfect placements at once. Hey, I sometimes do that. That's like a doable thing. That's many tiers. There are many foxen. We're getting there. We're making points. Sir, how many train stations and clock towers should we install? I don't know, leave me alone. At some point, I had, like, the chat window up and was trying to WASD, and now I just have SSS typed into chat. It's good. It's good Friday feels. This? Look, I made you this town, dear. Why are you so hostile? What would I even do with this, this railroad now? This doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't connect or fit anywhere. Guess I just put it here. Stupid. It's a borist. Do the same thing while playing Dune and modding. You said you would stop playing, but it's a great zone out game. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know? I think it's a struggle for humans to, like... I think we just, like, naturally want to let perfect be the enemy of good, and you, like, shouldn't do that at all. guess I could stick some fields over here. Or like you have games in the library that require too much brain power. Dude, my whole life is like evidence supporting that. I don't know, I feel like lately people keep like making these reasonable suggestions of like, oh, have you tried this game? Are you considering playing that? And it's like, I've been trying to just finish Pokemon Violet. I haven't played it in like 2 weeks. I just like... But, like, by the time I finish doing all the things necessary to be ready for tomorrow, I'm already late going to bed. That's what my life has been like. So, like, I hear that. Like, you just need something that, like, doesn't make your life harder. And I feel like, yeah, that's, like, a perfectly fine goal for your gaming. I mean, it's a funny joke, but it's also, like, literally true. I keep being like, ah, good, now I can sit down. And then it's like, ah, it's like 5 minutes until I'm supposed to go to bed, and, like, I haven't brushed my teeth yet. Great. So I connect this over here to the small town. Streaming last night and tried 3 games, had no joy in them, you know? Yeah, I totally get that. It's tough finding that out. Like, I sort of enjoy having, like, the blind, do-it-live type of experience while streaming, but, like, it can be tough, because, like, if something like that happens, then you're like, well, what do I do now? It's another fox. It would be extremely difficult to get that one to work. But it is another fox. But, like, here's the thing. What happens now if I unlock that one? Because I don't think I've ever had the experience of getting the same... Well, I mean, I guess I've, like, gotten ones that I've unlocked before, and it doesn't do anything in particular, right? Or does it unlock just, like, a generic quest I don't have yet for some sort of thing? I don't remember. Where would this go? Why are all the railroads bad? Just so bad. It's a lot of fields. It's just nothing sparking anything. Yeah, I mean, like, that's like textbook depression, for sure. I've been going through that for a while now. Even outside of games, people have been like, oh, have you, like, tried this new show? I'm like, definitely not trying that show. Just, like, I could barely, like, find interest in things that I, like, know I want to do. You got the new Suicune Pokemon? I really wasn't paying attention to the release date, but I thought it was further off than, like, already being available. He's different. Started playing this game, can't break 8,000 points. I mean, if you just stick with it, Chronos, like, you'll get there. Like, my early games were all, like, very bad. Also, like, I'm not extremely good at this game. So, you know, take that as an indicator that, like, you'll break 8,000 points. Just keep at it. I mean, that's assuming you want to. Like, it's always fine to just play this game to make a cool looking town. I think that's a nice thing about it. I'm trying to get, like, box towns. I do need to get more points so that I can cycle this out and hopefully get, like, a new quest. But I don't think that's, like, actually gonna happen. The disaster over here. That describes, like, most of what I've been doing today. What is this? I don't know. Now I'm just taking joy in making this monstrosity as bad as possible. Do I have some forests? Sure. DLC is not out yet, but they've been adding Pokemon via raids. I don't know, like, next to nothing about raids. Never got into them in Sword and Shield, and, like, I don't know, they don't strike me as my jam. Maybe I can use this to, like, connect all the bad train things I'm doing to the world. Kind of, no. Sort of. Well, maybe. I don't know what to do with all these trees. I know how this looks. There's a certain shape of train track piece I want that I'm never going to get, but I'm going to try to put there. If not, maybe get another train station. Because they fixed all of the things that you do bad, if you do bad things, like I do. You're definitely not bringing the mood down. Hey, Demolition, were you here for the start of this stream? I don't think you can bring the mood much lower than that. And that was me. I'm the one streaming. I did that. I'm the problem. It's me. I feel like these fields have spoiled. The color looks weird. I add another anchor or something. I think you underestimate yourself and all the good that you put into the world. Otis. That sort of connects to anything, huh? I don't know where I want this to go. Sure. It's hard to see the impact from so far away. I mean, someone who, like, struggles miserably in, like, basically all social situations. I mean, I've been very fortunate to have, like, a lot of really good people in my life. I think to some extent I've cultivated that by just, like, refusing to remain in touch with a-holes. But, like, just try your best to, like, cultivate the relationships that you have and, like, keep in touch with them and be positive towards them and appreciate the effect they have on you and be open about it towards them. And I feel like you create, like a positivity feedback loop if you find good people. I feel like you know a lot of good people, even if it's remotely, Demolition. Also, thank you very much for the Prime sub, Chronos. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Enjoy this confetti cannon. That looks like it's lagging a little, but I don't know, man. Love the Squirtle gift. Yeah, thank you. I mean, obviously, didn't put it together, but I chose it because there's a Squirtle. Since you're new here, usually at the end of the stream, I have all these stuffed animals on my couch because I'm a big, responsible, mature adult man, and I hide Squirtle behind one of them, and if you find him, then it's good luck for you. So Squirtle's like a motif, and that's why there's an emote of the secret Squirtle, who's keeping his secret by shushing. Shirt is me. Oh yeah, this shirt was a very deliberate choice for today. Almost did that thing with chat again where I just typed S repeatedly. Look at this field. Do I have to finish this? Yeah. Here. Take one of these. Take a look at Banner. Oh. Is it Vulpix or Vulpixel? Hang on. I'm too dumb to read. Thank you so much for the follows. Website is acting up. Vulpixie. Thank you, Vulpixie and Kronos. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, and I hope that you're enjoying Dorfromantik. Really, look how close I am. What do I need? Like a couple hundred points, and then I cycle this, and maybe I get that castle quest. I want the little castle, but I don't think I'm gonna get there in this game because like obvious reasons. But like earlier in the stream, where's it actually hiding? For the first time, I got the quest for this like little ruined castle, and I got really excited about it. And I like unlocked that future quest, but like it's not a current quest, so I can't get it yet. What am I doing with these forests? I guess I'm just gonna throw it over there with the rest of the forests. Keep the train going. Oh no. So I should did a mod pizza, which is like a build your own pizza thing. I asked them for more garlic and got like 4 whole cloves of garlic. Yeah, that might be too much garlic. Garlic's one of those things that people like jokingly say like you could never have too much garlic, but like it turns out you actually can, even if you like it a lot. It is actually possible. We're so close to getting a perfect tile for this stupid thing that's happening. This railway's the worst. This is just the worst. Oh good, let's throw like a weird amorphous body of water in here. Like, sure, I think I actively still have like a water quest over here that could like totally use this, but like, nah. Nah, that has to go over here and like continue to ruin the landscape for some reason. I got the Beaver Lodge with fall colors, I guess? Hang on, what are our quests? Next, 3 pre-placed tiles in total. It's Castle Quest. Okay. But I did, like, I did that, didn't I? Haven't I connected to 3? Why is it counting 2? Quest for moi? Bien sûr. Of course. Is that right, is it? Ugh. Why would I try to tap into a part of my brain that's like definitely not gonna work on a day where like normal brain activity doesn't work? Yeah, I want the ruined castle aesthetic. Do I have to complete? That seems like that would have to be the thing, right? Because I've completed 2 of the 3 quests. I completed the original castle quest, and then I connected this to enough houses. So in order to get Explorer, I have to either find a new tile or finish this house quest, right? Like, that has to be what this means. That's not good news for me. That is, in fact, bad news for me, I think. I think we just keep building the trees out in a single direction and see if we find another tile that way, in case that's somehow the thing it wants. Oh, we're running low on tiles too, I didn't even notice that. quests over here. I don't think we're, like, finishing that. That needs to be finished with a flag. So does this. I can close off trees at any time. What would it take to close off the... Oh, it would take like a ton, because I built it as this like insane bridge situation. This has fewer, but still kind of... Oh no, it has like a bunch because I extended it up this way to find the last tile. Trees are really the only one I can close off easily, aren't they? There's another water tile in those remaining 9. I can get some tiles that way. Guess I must be better off. Just trying to finish this. There's some water there. I back myself into a corner here. Unbeknownstly. Actually, I mean, just like connecting trees is reasonably likely to just like finish quests in the short term, yeah? Little more. I need exactly 3 houses over here, so like that doesn't help. Need some, like, houses in a less terrible shape so I can connect the existing houses, but, like, it's still not really gonna do anything by itself. Okay, building houses. Progress. Oh dear, that's a lot of water. Hmm. 38 continuous railroad pieces, huh? Closer to that than maybe we should be. This is a terrible spot to try and put this, but I don't really have a better place to go, do I? No, because I constructed this railway like a psychopath. What, exactly 22 fields, huh? I hate that. It could work over here, though. Yes, I know. Very low on time. We'll just do our best and probably not get castled today. You know, it does start to seem like I should just try to close off the forest. It's not exactly 3 houses. This game is so relaxing. Agreed, Volpixie. It's literally the exact reason that I'm playing it tonight, because I've been having such a horrible, just difficult, miserable week that I was like, I want to stream. I don't play a game. Normally I like doing puzzle stuff and stories with like mysteries and twists and things like that, but I'm like, my brain has just like no space for that. I have no space for any of that. I'm just gonna play this game. I put down little tiles and build a little like European village and be thrilled with it. And thank you, Angel, for gifting a sub to Vulpix. Everyone's being extremely needlessly generous, but I appreciate it. Like, also happens not to be exactly 3 houses. Now I need exactly 3 houses over here, too? Woof. And we have some people with new narwhal companions. I mean, part of me wants to put this here, but, like, I want to, like, do this thing. Oh, I should. Really no need for that, but thank you for another 5 gift subs. Up to, 700, huh? Wow, it's a big number. Oh, choo-choo. I think we're 1 short, right? I think, because you taught me the rule it has to be 3 people. I think Kronos' sub was a little too long ago to count, because they have to be kind of close together, right? Getting kind of high up there on Perfectionist 5. What's the one up here going? The field quest up here closer? No, it wants exactly... Oh, this is exactly 3 fields. Yeah, that'll do. More tiles. Like all this forest, though. Honestly, I think I want to try closing off the forest up here. So I should start a new forest situation. In theory. That's a better fit. Because I feel once we closed off, that actually sounds like a lot of work. This will connect these the way I want it to. Exactly 3 houses! We did get a new gift badge. And that is a nice color. I gotta tell you, this exactly 3 houses thing is kind of a bummer. I wish that wasn't happening. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, if I could get the game to go long enough, then the thing that's more important to me is to finish this big quest over here. I already have a quest for exactly 3 houses. I think I'd rather give up on this one and play to my outs of finishing, which, like, aren't... We're not gonna get there, probably. I think that makes more sense to do. So we kill that. We... like this. I still have water quests? I do. That end forest thing will probably help us close this off. Close this off. So hang on a second. Make sure I'm not missing anything down here, right? Like, I actually constructed this forest in a reasonable way for my purposes. So, if I wanted to close this, please just, like, stay on it. I would need... 3... Alright, I connected this in a way that it's not touching the rest of them. So I need to close off this, and this, and this. that connected? No, it's not. So I just have like 2 things to close out there. I think I can wait until the last minute, I guess. How close are we to like this situation? 2 plus, let's say. Okay. Yeah, I like this, and then maybe I could bridge those houses together. And it's not exactly 3, so it doesn't belong in the other spot. Ah, I do see an exactly 3 coming up, so that's something. Almost does what I want. I want to use these for fields, because I'm so close to that working. Oh no, it's 4 houses! I've been bamboozled! Persons. 2 caked. Getting all these delightful, like, tree end cap things that will sort of perfectly finish this all off. How many quests is that? 4? Yeah, it's like 4 trees. I think if I just, like, cover this up at any point now, I get, like, 20 tiles. Not exactly 1 field, huh? Rude. What do I do with this stupid tile, then? What do I do with it? Far north. I mean, I have, like, fields up there, but, like... You're talking about this? I don't have any quests over here. I mean, I guess I could sort of build it towards, like, a perfect tile or something. I don't know. It just seems like, if anything, I should be trying to close that off, not build onto it. But, like, I don't really have a better place for it. Well, I guess, well, if I put... Yeah. Meh. Another tile. It's not helpful, but I gasped anyway. The 3rd. No, well, but that doesn't count, right? We've already connected 3. I think I have to do... I think I have to finish the quest, don't I? That will be like the 4th one I've connected to. I feel like the game is like tricking me somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna close the forest, don't worry. Yeah, let's use this one. Neither of these are, like, particularly good, I guess. Do I need 2? Oh no, do I need 3? Did I goof that? I thought I only needed 2. Oh, and I can't do it that way. I have to do it this way. Okay, got a few tiles. Still just need 1 field over here, huh? I mean, look, I guess we can... These fields I can't use for anything. I guess I could build out towards here. But, like, if it was just, like, connecting to 3 total tiles, we should already have it. That's my concern. Thank you for the base demolition. This is exactly 1 field, though. I'll have you know. Just connect it here. That's fine. Like, literally sounds like me trying to make you unhappy. Look at this. These stupid wet trees. More likely to get. Oh, well, I mean, if I add water, it just gets done, huh? Do anything with these configuration of wet tiles? The castle again? For some reason that worked, but I swear to you that's the fourth one. That's the fourth one we've connected to. I don't know why. I don't know why 4 equals 3 as far as the game is concerned. But we did get castle. Also, this is like a wet castle? Why does wet castle exist? I think you overdid it on the moat. Hey, what do we get? The new one is... complete 250 total quests. I think we had self-sufficiency and perfectionist for the other two the whole time. We've been cycling out the other one. Wet Castle. White Castle's failed water park experiment. That seems too tame somehow. Ah, jeez, I don't know. I feel like I should just end the stream there. It's because it's been such a long week, and like to end on an accomplishment is nice. Even if it's completely pointless. Oh, hang on. Can I connect this to anything? Not really. Hang on. That's something. I need this. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Isn't that kind of the perfect shape for this? It's the worst. This is so bad. This little area contained in this, like, miserable railroad network. It's just the worst. Look at how bad it is. Like, all these, like, really confused train stations. Like, I could totally imagine, like, living in this city and being like, hey, buddy, could you, like, give me a lift from the train station? Like, I just need you to drive me into the really long town with, like, 4 clock towers in it. And you're like, yeah, sure. And they're like, yeah, it's the white one. It's the white train station. And you're like, I'm gonna need you to narrow it down. That still actually leaves 3 distinct train stations in the most useless backtracking, like, train system in Earth's history. Like, it just doesn't actually help me at all. And then, of course, like, the parking around these train stations is miserable because they... I mean, not only do all train stations in this world have moats, but, like, look at just how, like, swampy and flooded it is out here. Like, there's just, like, all these, like, really confused, like, deltas, I guess? Like, connecting the train stations? I don't know, man. Somehow, like, 448 total perfect tiles feels low. I haven't played a ton of this game, but I feel like I put a lot of work in towards that, and we're not getting there. Another ghost tile, you say? Does that mean, like, the higher versions of the castle quest require you to get, like, I don't know, like 10 connected ghost tiles in one game or something? Like, that seems wild. Army just wants to see if we can get like exactly 3 houses at this point. The shape of this river is several nightmares. Need one now. I'm gonna use these fields to patch up the big field. No, and if I do that, that cuts off the train. I want the train to do stupid things there. I guess this is too many fields for you, huh? Oh, it isn't. Alright. Aha! Single house with a weird end rail on it. Actually, there's a single house on the next tile. Can I use this rail to some effect? The little ambient animal sounds that sometimes come up. I mean, you get, like, birds chirping most of the time. I feel like we got, like, crocodile sounds or some weird thing just now. Yeah, actually I like that. We'll do that. And we're down to like 9 tiles. Now, if I plug this in, then I'll get more. +42 train tracks, huh? Not as far off from that as I would have guessed. Darn, that's field. I kind of thought that was just grass. Ooh, nice. It has a train quest on it too. This is my favorite. It's very bad and I like it a lot. Never closed this off. How far is this from completing this quest? 31. 50 away. A weird space where I'm like not actively trying to prolong the game, but I'm still trying to like pay attention to it. Probably tell that I'm running out of steam, which is why I'm sort of like done. Definitely not our high score. That was a lot of fun. Added some new quests to our roster. Unlocked ruins. I assume that Wet Ruin is like a separate quest. That I would need to do that. So many foxes, but we didn't get to keep them. That's okay. We got a brand new fox. That's very good. Well, it ended up being like pretty much regular length stream. Like a little short because we're probably just going to go straight to Squirtle and then bed. I don't think this game is as hard for the computer to render as some though, so that saves me a little time. Thanks everybody. Everyone's been super generous, which you really don't need to do. But thank you. I appreciate it. Grateful for some new people hanging out. I was glad to see fans of Dorfromantik. Just because I always recommend this game. What's the price up to now? I checked it the last time I streamed this. Like $13 or something? $13.99 US. Anyway, it's a great game. You can play it super competitively. We had someone come in chat, I think one of the last couple times we played, and we're talking about like huge high scores and incredibly long games and stuff like that, but honestly I'm usually content to watch the trains go ting ting and then make like a really nauseating river that the boats don't want to go down. Like, that does it for me, especially on a week like this. But yeah, despite the like the relatively few friends out, somewhere on the couch behind me I've hidden a secret Squirtle. If you could see a Squirtle, it wouldn't be a secret, but you shouldn't be able to do that, because I'm kind of sick of moving my stuffed animals around, because everything is covered with tarps all the time. I do intend to stream tomorrow at the usual time, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll be playing The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, which is a... How even to describe it? It's like sort of a really slow horror mystery situation, I think. We haven't properly gotten to the horror, but it seems like it's creeping around every corner. You play as like something of like an archaeologist trying to like find a dig site in this like deep rural British town, and no one wants to help you, and everyone's very superstitious about the thing you're doing. It's been really interesting. It's been a lot of fun, I think, but it's also like very, very slow. It seems to be like a love it or hate it situation, but so far myself and a lot of the regulars seem into it. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, drop by tomorrow, roughly the same time. But yeah, I'll have some of this 100% juice apple, legally distinct from apple juice for some reason that should probably concern me, while I give you all a moment to consider where I may have hidden a Squirtle, because of course to locate a Squirtle is an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. The crab. The crab is my good friend. We got some good guesses. Let's see if we can find that Squirtle together, huh? Let's gather them in my mind. Under the Yeti. Which, fun clarification, Castle, because I get so used to calling them by the names I either make up for them or know intrinsically. Which one is Yeti? New guy? Baymax? I see Baymax, Narwhal. My God. Okay. Okay. Let's go see. You must stand. That the abominable snowman. Well, this right here may be a little harder to tell at distance. It's Baymax from Big Hero 6. I'm a big fan. Fun fact, Tech's daughter, big fan of Baymax. This makes me very happy. She also really likes Spider-Man. I feel like she's super cool. I would get along with her. I've not met her in person, but someday that'll probably happen. We did have some guesses. Perhaps Baymax was hiding on Squirtle. This time he was hanging out with my small-scale Winnie the Pooh and Eagle. Not Squirtle this time. Big Hero 6 rules. Big Hero 6 does rule, first of all. And secondly, if you haven't already watched it, I think it's just called, like, Baymax with an exclamation mark on Disney+. Excellent. Very good. Check that out, too. Someone guessed behind my beloved Carlos. That's something blue hiding there, but not a Squirtle. It's another of my many mini narwhals. But I do, since we got some new friends here, this is Carlos. I do have the camera mirrored. But he's Clawsome. He says Clawsome on him. And he's got the big hug crab arms. I love him very much. But again, not hiding the Squirtle this time. What have we got back here? Someone guessed that our extremely large narwhal, Narissa, might be hiding the Squirtle. But she's large enough to hide our entire brown bear. Unfortunately, again, not the Squirtle. But I will reveal to you now the location of the Squirtle, which may be obvious at this point. The bear is very good. Another gift from Cotillion, in fact. This time around, Squirtle is hiding behind our big lobster pal Lorenzo with our new friend, the Tunic Fox. That was our Squirtle this time. Thanks to everybody for playing. There's always another opportunity to find the secret Squirtle, and we're all winners here because we get to hang out and look at all these cool things I have. This one is brand new. It literally showed up today. Cotillion sent me this. It's the main character from the game Tunic, if you've ever seen it. He's very good and very soft. I love him very much. This Squirtle is awesome. Yeah, the shield comes right up. I didn't know that. Oh, is he a magnet guy? I think he is by the same company that did the other magnet guys. That's cool. So he can be just Fox or Adventure. Yeah, but so this Squirtle was made by Sarah Rocks Aqua, another regular from chat. She made it herself and sent it. This is making your whole night. This is how I end every stream. Come hang out for more look at all of my stuffed animals. Normally I have like a few more on the couch, but it's been raining really heavily here, and sometimes my roof leaks, so I try not to keep them out when I'm not sure if they're going to be safe. So I put a few out here. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly haven't played Tunic myself. It looks super cute. This fox is amazing. Very good. But yeah, I need to endeavor to go to bed early if I can manage, which I probably won't. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be playing that adventure game I mentioned, the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Come join if you're free. It'll be cool to hang out. Hopefully I'll be doing a little better emotionally. This week's been really rough. But it's been great dwarfing with you all. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Whether that's tomorrow or sometime in the distant future, it's been great having you. And remember that you are Clawsome. Good night, everybody.